And right now we have in line together with us Kun Vijchu Chantathub, the Executive Vice President of SCB Asset Management. Good morning, Kun Vijchu.
Morning.
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะคุณวิชู So now that the Bank of Thailand has raised the interest rate, short-term interest rate from 2.50 to 2.75%. Now, how would the higher rate or higher cost of borrowing affect the investment in the stock market?
Yeah, since late last year, we believe that we are on the interest rate rising trend. We forecast this year Thai reference rate will hit 3% or even 2.5% this year and should be about 4% in next year. We see this will send a positive impact to banking sector where we will gain from the net interest rate margin expansion. However, companies who got a debt will be dampened from this action. But the fact is, the most of listed companies already been prepared for this rising trend. They lock up the debt cost already. They have the secure long-term debt by issue the debenture, and I think it won't hurt the higher interest rate for the for the big company.
Mm-hmm. So we see the rates and inflation is on an uptrend even in the foreseeable future. So do stocks investors have confidence in equities?
Overall, rate high along with the moderate inflation is acceptable in the eye of the investor because the environment like this is always happen along with the economic expansion. As long as GDP growth and EPS growth is promising to deliver, rate high is not serious, inflation is not serious. Anyway, rate high and inflation, they go together. If inflation is moderate and controllable, it's okay. But if inflation is extraordinarily high or uncontrollable, is not okay.
Well, what's the number for your extraordinary high?
We still not concerned over the rate high or inflation too much. But we have to monitor situation in Middle East and North Africa carefully, and also monitor the impact from the floating diesel price. Mm-hmm. If the crude oil stay at this level or above $120 per barrel permanently,
right?
I think the impact from floating diesel quite serious to Thai economy.
Mm-hmm. So have you revised the earnings of the companies in the stock market as a result of higher interest rates? Kun Vijchu, can you hear us? Hello, can you hear us? Kun Vijchu? Kun Vijchu ครับ Kun Vijchu, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Have you revised the earnings of the companies in the stock market as a result of higher interest rates? Kun Vijchu, hello, can you hear us?
Yeah. Apart from banking sector and financial sector, interest rate is cost of financial for any kind of business that has a liability. Then on the rate high, it should hurt company as a reduce in net profit. We focus on company those have huge debt, especially for the floating portion. Mm-hmm. For the fixed rate portion of the debt in the company won't hurt from the rate high. We found that most of the large corporate has already fixed rate of their debt, but for the medium size and small size company, they are not able to fix rate by issue the long-term debt as a large company did. Mm-hmm. So they will have an impact from rate high. Overall, result from the rate high would be more impact on the medium size and SME. But we also found that from the crisis last 10 years ago, most of the medium size and SME are more careful for leverage any debt because they learn from the past about the suffering from the credit crunch. So that overall debt to equity portion of medium size and small size company are much lower than the last crisis. Mm-hmm. So that even they have a negative impact, but I don't think that impact would be so serious for the current situation.
So they would survive nonetheless.
Yeah, I think so.
So what sectors would outperform the others under this climate of higher interest rates and higher inflation?
Yeah, if you look back in 2004, where was the last cycle of interest rate hiking, we found that set index was likely to perform along with the interest rate. Mm-hmm. Normally, when the Bank of Thailand raised policy rate, mean that the economic cycle is on the uptrend and EPS expansion also. And we found that set index gave a positive return before and after the interest rate hike. property sector certainly underperformed after the interest rate hike, and property sector will turn to be perform when the rate peak as market expectation. For the banking sector, they got the good from the outperform. I mean, from the EPS growth after the 3 months after the first rate hike.
That's right.
For the energy sector is a truly answer because the average rate hike also relate to high inflation, which normally come from the commodity rally cycle, right?
Right.
So that energy sector always ride on the rally cycle before the rate hike actually.
What about the issues between the Thai-Cambodian border? What is the impact of this conflict on the Thai capital market, Kun Vijchu?
Actually, we do not concern over this point that much because I think the conflict is minor to economic value first, and we think that the conflict is in the area that we controllable, not expand to, let's say, for the serious too much, so that most of investors, both local and foreign, don't have concern over this issue.
What about you? Do you expect the longer term implication?
You mean inflation, right?
Of this impact of the Thai-Cambodian border conflict?
No, I don't think so. I think next government, I mean after the new election, should try to solve this problem as soon as possible because it's not good that we have the conflict between the neighbor, especially for the Thai Cambodian because we are stay together for a long time.
Okay, thank you very much, Kun Vijchu, for joining us this morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Kun Vijchu Chantathub, the Executive Vice President of the SAB Asset Management, joining us.